Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do the real review of the Samsung Gear VR. Now, this is going to be a little bit different than my normal real reviews when I go into all the full details and the video is about an hour long and I show y'all every single thing that, I can show you. With this video, it's going to be a little bit different because a lot of stuff with this, I can't really show it to you. I'm just going to have to tell you and you're going to have to take my word for it. So this is more like my real opinion on this. Now, shout out to my man Zito Max. What he did was, he made a video, he put a GoPro camera inside and recorded it to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like. And I've also seen people connect with Chromecast and record the screen like that and play the screen on the video to show you what it looks like. I'm not even going to do that because, to be honest with you, you're not going to get the experience of wearing this by looking at a screen. It's never going to happen. You're going to have to put this on your head for yourself in order to get the full effect. All right? Now, without beating around the bush, let me tell y'all this. On a scale of 1 to 10, the Samsung Gear VR is a major go. All right? It's ridiculous. This is going to blow your mind. All right? Now, of course, like any other thing out of review, there's always going to be some stuff that I don't like. So let's talk about everything I don't like first, and then we'll get into all the mind-blowing stuff right after that. First, the first thing I don't like about this is that it only works with the Note 4. All right, now, to me, that's kind of a major drawback because a lot of people went out and just bought a Note Edge. Doesn't work with the Note Edge. Doesn't work with the LG G3. Doesn't work with your Google Nexus 6. So a lot of high-end phones, that's on the market, it's not going to work with this. So that's kind of a problem. Also, if you're a dude like me, what happens when the Note 5 comes out? Now, hopefully, they'll have that kind of consideration in mind when the Note 5 comes out. Maybe they'll make it cross-compatible. But it just kind of feels strange that it only works with one device. If it, if the Note 5 is bigger or smaller and it doesn't fit into the actual unit, then I'm going to be stuck with a Note 4 on deck just to power this up. So that means when I get a Note 5, I'll still have to keep my Note 4 and just have it with all my information on it, all my Oculus information on it, so I could use the VR. So that's kind of a drawback right there. Next, limited content. All right, now, there's enough content when you first get it. There's enough apps and, stuff to play with. That's going to keep you busy for a while. But if you're trying to use this, if you're taking this and you're going on vacation, or you're buying this because you're going to take it to work every day and, you got a couple of hours to kill at work every day and you want to play with this, you're going to get bored really quick. All right, now, I used this for a whole day straight, and I'll say about 2 hours in, I had already seen everything there was really to see with all of the virtual reality stuff. And then after that, it's just me watching personal movies that I have on my device. All right, so limited content. Now, hopefully they will get some more stuff, but right now it's very limited. They got a few games out. I was playing Temple Run. Temple Run is insane. All right, it's crazy. Now, a lot of the games, too, you're going to need the controller. Now, I haven't confirmed this yet. Shout out to my man. He just hit me up last week. He said if you got a PlayStation 4, you can use your PlayStation 4 controller and play the games with this. It'll pair up, it'll work fine. I haven't tested that yet because personally I'm not a real big gamer. I'm more of a console gamer. I don't play PC games. I don't play phone games. I'm more of an Xbox One, PS4 kind of dude. So I don't really, I didn't really get this with gaming intentions. So you're going to have to confirm that on your own. I'll do some research also. Hit me up in the comments if I find out any more details. I might actually even try it. And if it works, I'll let y'all know. But right now, that's the second thing I don't like is not enough content. All right, at launch. Next, now this is a big problem right here. It overheats really fast. All right, it's going to make your phone overheat. Now, once your phone overheats, you can't use this anymore. All right, once it overheats, it's just going to be a black screen. You're going to take your phone out of the device, and it's going to be super hot. So you're going to have to let the phone sit for about 20 minutes and cool off. Then you can use it again. Now, what I found out in my testing, and like I said, I've been playing with this for a minute. I found out now, if you're watching a movie, you could easily watch a 2.5-hour movie straight with no problems. But if you're switching app to app and you're looking at the underwater experience, then you're looking at the tour of Iceland and you're looking at the Mars experience, if you keep switching apps back and forth, it's going to overheat fast. If you put on a movie and just sit back and relax and watch the movie, it'll play the whole movie out. All right, so that's a major problem that it overheats if you like to play with a lot of different stuff. So just be prepared for that. All right, be prepared for that. Is that a deal breaker? No way. All right, no way at all. Next, another thing I don't like about this is it's going to drain your battery on your phone really quick. Now, for me, that's not a big deal because I got a bunch of spare batteries. I got a bunch of battery chargers on deck. So it's not a big deal. But if you take this to work say you're working 9 to 5. If you take this at 9 o'clock to work with you, and maybe the first 2 hours of your job is the slow part of the time, and you use this for an hour or two watching a movie, playing around and all that, your phone's going to die really fast. You're not going to make it through the rest of the day unless you got some kind of way to charge it. All right, so when you're on the road and you don't have a battery charger and you don't have an outlet, then this is something that you're going to want to be mindful of how long you're using it, because your phone battery is going to die. All right, now, one thing I will tell you is when you're using this, you don't have to use this piece. All right, now this piece right here, it just covers your phone. It doesn't really offer too much protection, doesn't really do anything. I actually don't use it. When I put my phone on, I just drop it in like this. Now there's no back on my on my note because I'm using the LED flip case. So I took the back cover off. But let me drop the phone in here real quick just so y'all can see what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. Now, if you're in the house or you're at work or you're sitting somewhere stationary, then you can just leave it like this. Your battery's not going to fall out. I've been rocking it like this all day because I'm using this LED flip cover case. So I'll leave my back cover at home. So you can rock it like this. You don't need this. If you want, you can just put, especially if you're going to rock it like this with no battery cover, yeah, then you might want to put this on so you don't look like a douche. But you don't need it. All right, so you're not going to need that. So that's the main things about this that I don't like. All right, now file all that out the window. Let's talk about what I do like. First off, this is literally gonna blow your mind. All right, the first time you put this on, that's why I'm not even gonna try to show y'all what it looks like. I'm not gonna do a split screen and have what it looks like when I'm wearing it. I don't want to ruin it for y'all. All right, I really don't want to ruin it for y'all, and you'll thank me later. Don't watch too many videos of what it's gonna look like. You want to get the first-hand experience. All right, when you first put this on, and you're going to get this little warning screen and all that. Once you get out of the warning screen, go to something like Oculus Cinema. All right, you go to the cinema, which is basically you sitting in a movie theater, and it's literally going to blow your mind. All right, now when you're wearing this, you can't see anything around you. You can't, you can't look, you can't see who's looking at you. You can't see what's going on. You're in another world. Anytime that I let somebody put this on and, they never seen it before, what I do is when they put it on and they start watching it, I look at their face. All right. And everybody that I let use it so far has this unbelievable smile or either this dumb look like they just can't believe what's going on. Like you're just paralyzed with emotions. Look, I'm not over exaggerating. This will literally blow your mind. All right. And now, if you use Oculus Rift before, or if you ever use some kind of virtual reality device, then it's not going to be new to you. But from a dude who never used any of that Oculus stuff before, you never played with virtual reality, this is just going to be insane. All right. The best way I could describe what this looks like when you're watching a movie on this is imagine going to the movie theater and sitting in the third row. Now, personally, I like to sit more toward the back. I don't really like the screen right up in my face like that. But, sometimes when you get to the movie theater late, and there's no seats, you just want to see the movie, you got to take what you can get. That I haven't done that in years. The last time I did that is when I went to see the Avengers. We got there late, so I ended up sitting in the third row, and it's like the screen is right in your mouth. That's basically the same way you're going to feel wearing this, watching a movie. It's incredible. All right, now it's going to take you about maybe 5 minutes to forget that this is on your head, and you're just going to feel like you're in a movie theater. And especially with the Oculus Cinema, when you look around, when you're wearing this and you're looking around, you can look up and down, side to side, and there's something there. All right, so when you look to the left, you'll see the exit signs, you'll see staircases, you'll see empty seats. You look up, you'll see the ceiling, you'll see curtains, you'll see the rafters. You look behind you. Now keep in mind, this is virtual reality. So you can look 360 degrees. There's always going to be something there. All right, it is insane. All right, I'm telling you, it's like, remember when you was a little kid and you used to watch science fiction movies, Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever you liked, Back to the Future. Remember, we always thought by the time we grow up, they will have that kind of stuff, hologram images. Yeah, if y'all ever seen the movie The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger, stuff like that. You come in the house, you have a hologram girlfriend, just virtual reality. That's what we always thought of as a kid. And this is actually it. This is it. This is Back to the Future right here. Trust me when I tell you, hit me up in the comments if y'all already seen it for yourself. You will be blown away. All right, my first reaction when I put this on, it was like speechless. Now, y'all know I'm heavy in the tech game. I got all the gadgets and all that. I'm always around new gadgets and new products, and I'm very rarely speechless. Like I like a lot of stuff. You know, when I got this Gear Solo, I was hyped. You know, this is one of the best tech products I had at the minute. When I got the Google Glass, I was hyped with that. But nothing beats this experience when you first put this on and you go to, say they got this Cirque du Soleil program, right? So you're kind of like in the middle of a circus. When you look to the left or the right, there'll be people standing there next to you. And after about maybe a couple of minutes, you forget that you're wearing this, and it almost feels like you could just touch the person that's next to you. I mean, it's insane. It's ridiculous. So the experience, that's the first thing I like about this. The overall experience is just incredible. Now, next, the price. Now, the price for this, $200, the price is a win. Okay, now I got this on Amazon because it sold out at AT&T. I couldn't find it anywhere else. So I got it on Amazon. It cost $300. So I spent an extra $100 on this. Totally worth it. Right now, even if, to be honest with y'all, even if I would have paid $500 for this, I still wouldn't even be like, all right, I got for the money. You know, it still would have been a worthwhile investment for me because of the amount of enjoyment that I'm getting from this. All right, now you can't put a price on real enjoyment. If you buy something, you know, for $1,000 and you really love it and you really enjoy it, doesn't matter how much it costs, you know, it's going to be worth it for you. So with that being said, $200 for this is a steal. All right, this is a complete win. Even with the limited content, it's a complete win. All right, so the price is $200. Jump on this. All right, jump on this immediately. Next, the build quality. All right, so the build quality on this is a go. Now, it's all plastic and everything, but it's not cheap plastic. It doesn't feel like you got it from the 99-cent store. If you look around it, you see the perforated cushions on here. Straps, look how thick the straps are. Everything is quality. It's nice little Samsung branding, not too much branding all over it. You know, you got your trackpad, you got your back button, you got your focus knob, little company branding on it. But the build quality, all right, the build quality on this is a go. It definitely doesn't feel like a cheap product. You know, and that's important. And when you're spending your money, you don't, you know, no matter how good something works, you still want it to have a nice build to it. You still want it to feel good. So this has a great build. All right, so I'm giving it a go for the build quality. Next, let's talk about comfort. Now, that's another thing I like about this. As big as it is, and as douchey as it looks, you know, when you're wearing it. Now, when I say douchey, I'm saying that for the people that's not into tech. All right? If you're not into tech, somebody coming through with these on and they got the big headphones on and they got the gear circle around their neck and they got the big giant, you know, watch on and all that, you might look at them like, oh, this guy's a nerd, this guy's a douche, you know, whatever. For us in the tech game, all right, people like me and people like y'all that's watching this video in the tech game, we don't care about that stuff. All right, we don't care about that. You'll see me rocking this in the DMV. You'll see me rocking this in the emergency room waiting, you know, in the waiting room. The other day, my man had a little accident, so I went to go scoop him up. I'm in the emergency room waiting room, rocking this like a champ. All right, rocking it straight up like a boss. I don't care who's looking at me and saying, what's this guy? I think he's Captain Kirk or something. I don't care. All right, so as big and goofy as it is, it still fits very comfortable. Like, you know, take your hat off or whatever you got on your head, take that off. Make sure you adjust the straps correctly to the size of your head. Now, I don't like it when it's too tight, so I make it a little bit loose so I can breathe a little bit, but it's very comfortable. And let me give you a tip when you first get this, how to wear this. All right. Now, there's one thing I forgot to mention that I didn't like also, but it's not a big deal, is that the lenses fog up on this. All right, when you put these on, the lenses fog up. But the reason I really didn't even mention that is because it's an easy fix. And let me show you how to wear this and it won't fog up. Now, back to what I was saying as far as comfortability. It's very comfortable. Look at all that foam. Everything is nice. The best way to put this on, all right, and this is what you do first. All right, the first thing you want to do is wipe your lenses off. Get the lenses. Now, there's a motion sense in here. That's why you keep hearing that sound. But get the lenses nice and clear. Then when you put this on, what I like to do is close your eyes really tight. Put this on and squeeze it against your face. You'll feel it kind of like suction in. Squeeze it against your face, let it go, then open your eyes and just let a little bit of air in. All right, so your eyes don't dry up. Let a little bit of air in and you'll be fine. The screen will be crystal clear. Not too much fog. You know, I find that it fogs up a lot when you take it on and off. Like if you got it on and you hear a sound around you or something, you just want to see what's going on. You want to see what time it is or something. You know, you look out real quick. Once you pull it up and pull it back down, then it might fog up. But once you got it on and you're going to sit down and watch a movie or something and, you know, have some snacks and do what you do, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So it's extremely comfortable. It's not too heavy. You know, I thought that after wearing it for maybe, 30 minutes, it'll start to get on my nerves. But these straps, they just feel comfortable, especially the one on the top and the back with these perforations in it. Look at all this foam padding. It's just going to be really comfortable, all right, for something this big going actually on your head that you got to wear. It's not a pair of sunglasses, all right? This is, 10 times the size of a pair of sunglasses, and with this big giant Galaxy Note on it, you would think that it's going to be pulling your head down, but it actually doesn't, all right? It's very, very comfortable. Next, now, it did come with its own SD card that has all of the preloaded apps. You could use that if you want, or you could, save those apps to your computer and then download it to your personal SD card, depending on the size of your card. But what I do is, instead of doing all of that, I just keep this in the bag. I keep my little 8 gig memory card with all of my, ringtones and all kind of, videos and stuff on it. Keep that in this little bag and keep it in the pouch right here. All right, so whenever I'm not using the Oculus, I just switch memory cards, and then when I use the Oculus, switch it back and forth. So that's one thing that a lot of people was asking me is, can you put the apps onto a different memory card? And the answer is yes. All you got to do is sync it with your computer, sync your phone with your computer, transfer it right over, put it to the next memory card, and keep it moving. All right. Next, it does work with headphones. Now, the way you use the headphones is real simple. You just plug your headphones in. That's it. So you just plug your headphones in. You can use whatever headphones you got. I've been using my Beats and my Monster headphones with this, and it sounds crazy. I also use the Samsung Level headphones, and it sounds great. All right, it sounds great. Next, the trackpad. Now, the trackpad on this is sick. All right, the trackpad is a double bonus. All right, you got a trackpad, and you also got motion. Okay, so say when you're looking through this and you're looking straight ahead and you want to change to a different menu or something, all you're gonna have to do is look toward that direction. So you wanna scroll down, you look down. There'll be like a crosshairs, and when you look down, that crosshair will move, and all you gotta do is tap the trackpad. Same thing when you're swiping forward, swipe backwards, swipe up, swipe down. The trackpad, it takes about a good couple of minutes to get used to because you're gonna be moving your hand and moving your head. That's two different motions. So when you're moving your head to the left and you're moving your arm to the right, back and forth, swiping stuff, it might, you might feel a little disorientated at first. It might seem kind of hard to get used to, but just play with it. Just play with it. After a couple of minutes, you'll be swiping back and forth like a boss. You'll get the hang of it. The back button, that's very important. Just all you have to do is swipe back, swipe forward and back, up and down, hit the back button, and tap the trackpad. That's the only motion gestures that you need to know, basically, and you'll be fine. Just a little learning curve, but you'll be fine. Next, let's talk about the orientation on this. Now, that's another thing that's so hot on this. When you're watching this, say you're watching a movie, okay? You're looking straight ahead, the movie's right in front of you. When you look up, the movie screen still stays there, but now you're looking up at the ceiling, you're looking around, you're looking to the left, looking to the right, which is great. But if you're trying to watch a movie, say, when you're watching a movie sitting up in a chair, this is how you're gonna look. Now, when you lean the chair back a little bit, now the screen is down, so you have to tilt your head. No, you don't have to do that. Okay, this has orientation features on it. So now if I'm sitting like this watching a movie and I just jump into bed and lay up and I'm laying looking at the screen like this, I just hit the button, go to the menu screen, hit orientate, tap it again, and now the screen will be projected right in front of me. So no matter which angle you put yourself in, you hit that orientate button and you'll be able to have the screen right in front of you. That is a major plus. All right? That's a major plus because the last thing you want to do is be sitting in the bed or laying in the bed and still have to have your neck tilted down to look at a movie screen. All right? You don't want to do that. So the orientation features on it works great. Let's see what else. Has a great carrying case. That was another thing too. Now, look how big this is. This is something that you're not going to want to just put in a plastic bag, key food bag, wall bounds bag, and just carry around like old school style. You don't want to do that. All right, it comes with this nice carrying case. Why not use it? The carrying case has a handle on it. I've been taking this thing everywhere with me, and when it's in the case, nobody knows what it is. When you pull it out, trust me. The people that's laughing and saying, look at this cat. Look, the people that's laughing, all you got to do is say, put this on your head for a second, and they want to buy it from you. They want to buy it right off you. All right, it's insane. I can't say enough about the experience on this. All right, let's see what else. One more thing I want to talk about real quick, notifications. Now, you will get your notifications on your phone. So say you're watching a movie and you get a Gmail, it's going to pop up on the screen in a little transparent box that you got a Gmail alert. You got a Facebook alert. You got an Instagram like on your picture. All your notifications going to come up while you're wearing this. So you're not going to have to worry about lifting this up and looking at your phone and putting it back down. No, you don't have to do that. And another great thing is it has a pass-through feature that uses your phone's camera. So now say if I like the other night when I was sitting in the emergency room, now every now and then I want to see what's going on around me. I'm not just going to be sitting there like if I'm at my house. So every now and then I want to see what's going on. So without having to take this off and worry about fogging the lens up and all of that, all you have to do is switch to the camera pass-through feature and you'll be looking through your phone's camera. Now, it's not the same as, just looking with your natural eyes, of course, but you'll be able to see what's going on. You'll be able to see if there's people standing in front of you. You'll be able to see everything just like if you looking through your phone's camera screen. All right. So, and actually, if you're wearing this and using the pass-through feature, like say you just happen to wear this and go out in front of your house and look around, it'll look like if you're watching a video of what's going on in front of your house. Really cool, I'm telling you. It's hard to explain some of this stuff, but it's really cool. That's a little cool feature. You'll play with it and you'll like it. Trust me. So overall, like I said, now I don't want to ruin the experience for this. It's only $200, $300 on Amazon. This is something that if you got a Note 4, trust me when I tell you, you're gonna want to get this. All right? You're gonna want to get this because you have to see for yourself how far technology has come. All right, you have to see this to believe it. A lot of stuff now, y'all hear me say this is a go, that's a go, get this, get that. This is something that I'm highly recommending, all right, especially if you're around my age. And, back in the days, we didn't have all these fancy toys and all that stuff. We always dreamed about Back to the Future. We always wanted the floating skateboard. We always wanted the hologram image. This is just amazing. All right, I can't stress that enough. You are going to be blown away. When I watched my man Zito Max video, I actually watched his video the day that I first got mine. I just said, let me see how to set it up. Let me look at a couple of videos. And you see Zito Max's reaction when he's watching the Iceland tour and he's like, oh shit, look over there. Oh, look over there. Oh, there's a helicopter. Oh, and it seems like, all right, now you can look at that as two ways. You can say, okay, maybe he's overhyping it up. Trust me. He's not overhyping it up. You're going to do the same thing. All right. When I put it on, I was like, oh my God, look behind you. Oh, look over here. Look over here. Gave it to my girl, put this on. She's speechless, like, oh my God. And then there's a little part where you're doing like this little mission. I'm not going to blow it up for you, but you just out of nowhere, people are around you. And it's like, and you can see her kind of jump like, you feel, once you got this on your head, you're going to forget it's on there. So you look to the left and it feels like somebody is literally standing right next to you. It's amazing. Now, all of y'all cats out there, I'm telling you, if you want to have some real fun, have a few drinks first and then play with this. All right, have a few drinks. All y'all cats that all y'all cats that got glaucoma, y'all know what I'm saying? Or y'all cats that, hit the chronic. This is something that you've been dreaming about your whole life. All right, trust me. This is going to the movies without going to the movies. Now, my man Alex asked me a serious question. All right. What kind of movies can you watch on this? Can you watch any kind of movie you want? Well, I'm not 100% sure what the movie formats have to be, but a lot of stuff that I download to my phone is in MP4 format, and I haven't had a problem yet. So fellas, listen to me closely. You can play any movie you want that's on your Note 4. All right? Now, fellas, I don't have to spell it out for y'all. I do not have to spell it out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can play any movie that you want. Think about that for a second. All right, whatever movie you want to have on your phone, whatever movie you want to watch, in a little personal environment, all right, download it to your phone and then play it through your Gear VR. Just play it through your video library. And it's going to play and it's going to feel like you're watching that movie, but sitting in the third row of a movie theater. All right, any movie you want. It's insane. All right, Alex, you know what I'm talking about. You can watch you can watch your movies, Alex. I'm not going to blow you up, Alex. You know what I'm talking about, though. You can watch your movies with no problem. All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this about 4 majors. All right, this is a major go. This is so hot for the price. Now, when you look at it and you wear it and you use it, you could easily see these things going for $800-900. Actually, the Oculus Rift I think is a little bit more expensive than this because that's kind of a standalone device that you'll be able to have for years. Even though with this one, what I recommend doing is just keeping if you get this and the Note 5 comes out and it's not cross compatible, then you're just going to have to take a loss on that Note 4 if you was going to trade it in and get a couple of $100 for your trade up. You're going to have to take a loss on that because you already invested $200 to $300 in this. It's going to be something that you might just have to keep. Now, I don't keep a bunch of old phones. I got a few here and there, but most of the time I don't keep a whole bunch of old phones unless it's for nostalgic purposes. You know, I kept a few of my first Blackberries and a few of my first flip phones. I got my first Sanyo camera phone. You know, so some phones I will keep, but on a day-to-day basis, HTC Evo, once the new Evo 3D came out, I got rid of the Evo. LG, I had the Optimus, once the Optimus Pro came out, then I got rid of that. So it's like a lot of HTC One, got rid of the M7, got the M8. Once the M9 comes out, I'm getting rid of my M8, get the M9. So certain phones you're not going to keep. So you might end up having to keep your Note 4, but for this device right here, it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if I missed anything. If y'all know how I do already. I answer all the comments that I can. So if I didn't talk about one thing or two things, hit me up and I'll try to respond to that and let you know. But just take my word for it. All right. Now y'all know how I say trust me a lot. I say take my word a lot. Yo, y'all watch my videos. Y'all know if something's whack, I'm going to tell y'all it's whack. I ain't going to sit here and be like, all right, yo, this is so hot, this is a go. If it's not, I'm going to just say it's all right or it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't like it. This is one of these products that for the first time you use it, you're going to be speechless. You're going to be blown away. All right, you're going to be blown away. Just keep in mind that it overheats and, it's going to drain your battery. You know, just keep in mind everything I said I didn't like. That's just a small fraction of how I feel about this device. All right, this device is a 4 times go. All right, 4 times major go. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters I see out holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rock with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the Amazon Warrior. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it tomorrow or Sunday. I think I might do it tomorrow because actually Monday morning I got some business I got to take care of. So I don't know if I want to be, having mad drinks Sunday night on the late night. So I might do it tomorrow. But I'll keep y'all posted on Twitter. We're going to have fun on this Amazon Warrior. Trust me, got a lot of stuff to talk about. And I got a little product I want to show y'all. All right, that fits in perfect with the whole Amazon Warrior theme. Fits in perfect. All right, we're going to live stream. I got a new microphone. We're going to live stream it. We're going to get it popping. Y'all already know. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Deuces.